Mhm.
Good afternoon, folks. You know what day it is. It is Friday, and here we are dropping another episode of the Lisa with a Z podcast. This is episode 7. Thank you guys for still tuning in with me, keeping on this journey. I have a great, amazing, independent, strong, beautiful, badass, and she is just a spoken word. She is she has class, she has style. I'm so proud of this woman. I have watched her grow up my whole life. She is my gypsy, and she's my encarnacion. DJ Sachi Sounds, aka Ariahna Davis, my nana. I am so happy that you're on the show. Thank you for being on the show today. How are you doing today, my love?
I am great. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
She
Oh my
seems
god.
sweet, guys. She seems sweet, really nice, but she's badass for sure. All right. So thank you again for coming on the show. I know that you have been blowing up this year, girl. You have been blowing up. And I've watched your journey when you started with the DJ scene, and I see that you've been putting in a lot of work these last couple years, and it's paying off. It's
Yeah.
paying off. And let's get a little bit of background, because I know some people are just like, who is this woman? And like, she's doing modeling. She's like on the gram, and then you're also DJing. So how did you get started?
Um, it's so weird when people ask me that because I'm always like, how did I get started? I think it's always just been like something I've wanted to do. And I've always been into music and just like wanting to create. And I want to say like the initial like point of me saying like, okay, I really want to DJ is like, I want to say maybe like my sophomore year of high school. Because I would make like playlists on SoundCloud and like monthly playlists. And it wasn't like radio music, it was more so like um just like underground stuff or like artists that people don't really know that I was like
Mhm.
really into like forever ago.
Yeah.
And so my friends started listening to the playlist, and that's kind of how like I started thinking about like actually DJing. And no, I'm lying. When I was younger, I actually like made CDs. Remember, like you'd burn CDs on like LimeWire and like get a virus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to make those like CDs and stuff for my friends at school. But then high school, the playlist on SoundCloud, and then fast forward to now, my actual roommate now, and I would say like my mentor, like one of my good friends, his name is Silent Addy. He kind of was like, "Yo, you need to do it," da 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 da, a couple years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." And then he told me he's like making 100 song playlists on Apple Music, so I can see if you're like legit, like serious. So I was like,
Yeah.
"That's nothing to me. I do that all the time." So okay.
Right.
So I did it, and then he was like, "Bro, like you need to do it." So I ended up buying like a little board, like a
Switchboard.
controller,
Hmm.
and I just literally taught myself how to do it in my room. And then my first gig was actually one of my girlfriend's parties, and she just put me on the flyer. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, "You're gonna do it because I know you can do it." And I was like, "Fuck." And then yeah, I did that first party, and from there it was like a high, and I haven't stopped since.
Honestly, you're growing, baby, and I see you. You're everywhere. I'm so proud of you. Like, how is it being a female DJ in a male dominant industry?
Um, oof. It's
Yeah.
it's like anything that you would imagine when it comes to a woman doing anything in a man's world. Like I used to literally get like guys like when I would pull up to gigs, like just kind of like brush me off or whatever, just because I'm a girl.
Hmm.
So because of that like energy, I always made sure that I was on point with everything. So whether that's like when I get there, I always like I'm there on time or early. And I make sure that like I know how to set my own equipment up. I don't need to ask anyone for anything because a lot of times girl DJs don't know how to do any of that. They'll
Hmm.
just pull up and then, oh, like you need to do this for me. And not to say like I didn't have gigs like that in the beginning, because you know it's a learning process Even if
Right.
I was a guy, it'd be the same thing. But I made sure that that was like a thing for me. So, yeah, I would just get like the cold shoulder. And then after I'm done playing, then it's like, oh shit, like I didn't know that you could play like that. And damn, like you play better than most of these guys. And I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like
Hello, who
the
run the world, girls?
so it's yeah, like it's definitely like how you would think anything would be in that type of environment. Even like when it comes to like dating and all that, like it's just
Oh
it
Lord,
could be
dating.
tough. Yeah. It could be a little tough.
um, so how is dating going? How is I'm sure you have like your DM blows up. I'm sure.
Oh my God. Dating sucks. It's horrible.
Agreed.
It's horrible. And I'm like, I don't know if it's even worse because of what I do. Well, I would say it is worse because of what I do because I can't just talk to anyone doing like regular things or like it's hard. Like I don't want to say that because like it is what it is. I'm not like hot
you
shit, but
you've gone through levels in your life,
yeah,
you've built your success. So of course you want a partner that is equally ambitious and determined and motivated. So I get it. You're not going to want a guy that's just sitting at the 7-Eleven hanging out with his
yeah,
homeboys. I'm saying, not that there's anything wrong with that, guys. Guys time is guys time, but we
yeah,
need somebody that's productive and not
yeah,
only supportive of your goals and your aspirations, but you also do the same thing for him.
exactly. Like
But we don't got those men right now, so that's the problem.
they're just it's too much. It's too much sometimes. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Plus, your
Um
audience is growing, man.
Yeah, it is. Thank God. I'm excited for that because at one point I was like, no one knows me. And now it's
Mhm.
gotten to a little, it's building for sure. Definitely within this last year and a half.
You have the talent for it, baby. I absolutely know it. I'll be home soon. I want to see a set, even if it's at your mom's living room. We're
I
gonna
got
have a party in the living room, and
you. Of
your mom's will be down for that too.
course. Yeah, I'm down.
So you're doing modeling as well. Is that like a
No.
side thing? Honestly, I would say you're a model, girl. I would say if there's brands out there, I think she needs to be featured in a lot of other things because to me it looks like you're a model.
Oh my
So
God. I'm not modeling, but I have been doing little things on the side that makes it look like I'm modeling. Like I've had a couple of shoots with like a swimwear brand not too long ago. And then a lot of my pictures on Instagram, it's literally just like either some of my friends take them on their like film cameras or their professional cameras randomly, or like everything's my iPhone pictures. But I wouldn't even say like really modeling. I'm kind of getting into it. I just don't see myself as a model. It's like makes me awkward. I
I
don't
don't think so. I think you're natural at it. It looks effortless, and I'm just.
know.
That's why I'm just like sometimes I'm watching. I was look at my baby posting a nice booty on the gram for these people. All right. So I want to share a little bit of your intelligence. I know that during this year has been a crazy year, 2020.
Mm.
A lot of obstacles. Coronavirus interrupted a lot of like your gigs. Like, what were you going through at that time? I think I even know that you even caught it too, because it went through the family phone line with Erica and everybody, and I
Yeah.
was like, no, no, that they got
No,
my
no,
baby.
no.
Not she's not ready, Lord. She's not ready.
Oh my God. Actually, I swear that I caught it in November.
Yeah.
And I'm crazy. Like I'm a weirdo when it comes to like everything, but like I had researched this from before. Like this is when it was like 6,000 cases maybe. Like
Yeah.
it was like in China, nowhere near the news or anything, but like I was like researching it and I was like, yo, I feel like I have this. I was
Mhm.
so sick. It was disgusting. I literally couldn't breathe. Like it was really bad. Then I went to Vegas in January with my girlfriends and I again, like I was so sick, couldn't breathe. It was even worse that time to the point like I couldn't go out. I couldn't do anything. I was in the hotel room the entire time. And then when I came back home, I went to the hospital and I was like, I know I have this disease. And the doctor was
Mhm.
like, no, you're fine. It's just the flu. And
Right.
he's like, go home and just take Tylenol. That's it. I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
the hell, like I'm dying. So
Yeah. Right. And
it
you
was
know, we're
horrible.
dramatic. We're dramatic.
Crazy. And then, yeah, sure enough, March rolls around and coronavirus, like
Everywhere.
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 Yeah, it was horrible. And then I got it again Juneteenth. So I just can't. It was just crazy. I'm just a walking super spreader.
Disease carrier.
I'm a super spreader. No, but I'm fine now. But it definitely was like horrible, like to miss out on gigs in the beginning of the year too, because I was sick in January. So like
Yeah.
I had to cancel like a lot of my gigs. And at that point I didn't know it was like coronavirus. I just was super sick. And then
Hmm.
when March rolled around, it was like, is this really happening? Like the world shut down and I just started DJing. Like, what?
Right.
Um,
Right. You're like at the peak,
yeah,
and then everything shuts down,
yeah,
and then you're stuck in your house. So I
right.
know you still found ways to like keep playing, because
Yeah.
then everybody started doing the lives, and then
Mhm.
walk me through the process of starting to like, okay, hey, I can always still play my music in a
Yeah.
different kind of platform.
Yeah. It's definitely not the same as DJing for a crowd. Like that is my jam. Like I love creating that vibe for people and then feeling like the crowd's energy. So to make that transition to, like be doing live streams at home or going on Instagram, it was kind of like in the beginning, I was like, this is so whack and weird. Like, I can't. But then, like I live with all DJs and we have a whole bunch of equipment, like strobe lights and crazy stuff to make like a house party. So, our setup, we even had like a green screen at one time. It was super
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah.
like, our setup was like super cool that like whenever it was time to do live streams, it was fun, like to interact with people online and then to even like have like that cool setup too was like a fun thing. But again, it was tough in the beginning because I was like, this is not like where it's at. And even still, I don't enjoy doing them as much as obviously being out, but it is what it is. I had like brands reach out to do like live streams for them. So that was kind of how like I kept up with staying creative and not getting like discouraged during that
So
time.
I'm feeling blessed, and I like to encourage people around me. I like to motivate people around me. I like to promote people who I believe in, and you're a person I believe in, absolutely. I know that you're just beginning, girl. They're just scratching the surface of seeing who you are. So are you currently working on any music, or do you have any gigs coming up soon?
So I do have a gig coming up. It's called She's the DJ. I saw that you posted it. I posted it too. It's on the 23rd of January, I want to say. I think it's January
It
23rd.
is.
Um, but it's one of my babies, my longtime girlfriends. She's actually one of the people that inspired me to DJ, DJ Pee Wee. She's gonna be there, and then also another girl DJ who I also like completely respect too. Her name's Rocksteady. It's us three, and it's like dancehall, soca, Afro beats, hip hop, top 40, everything. But it's
Okay.
gonna be a really fun event because girl DJs are just so much fun.
Mhm.
And I just know it's gonna be like a really good time. And when us three are together, it's like a really good energy. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, I've actually been working on music
Okay.
myself, like trying to produce, trying.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
We're gonna
say
add
both
that on the
for the
resume.
meantime. Yeah, so I'm trying to produce right now. I've been actually working on music for myself. I'm writing for artists right now too, so it's a lot of little accomplishments here and there that I've been really proud about that I didn't think about until you just asked me.
You know what? Sometimes we're blinded to our own accomplishments. It's the
Yeah,
little things that matter too. And then when you see that you made bigger accomplishments, you don't realize it till somebody points it out to you.
Yeah.
And you just got to take a second and think about it and just be like, you know what? You're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good. And you're going down the right path. You're going down the right path. You just got to stick to it no matter what, no matter how many people try to distract you, and take you off your path and maybe throw shade or negativity at you. We're not about that negative vibe. We're not about that. I sage your ass out of here.
No, you have no idea. My sage is right there. I sage myself every time I leave the house.
All right. Shout out to the sage warriors, because I'm a sager around here for sure. And about like, what do you picture for 2021?
Ooh, survival. Because this year really was crazy. But yeah, no, 2021, I just definitely want to get back to like more consistent gigs. And then also just music in general. Like I don't want to just limit myself to just DJing. Like I've really been trying to, get into making my own music, and I want to work with more artists like in the studio, which I have been because of my roommates. But yeah, just more things on the resume, just to say like, hey, I did this, I wrote for this artist, like this is one of my songs, like a lot of different stuff. So I just want to end 2021 with more things on the resume and just more happiness, healthy, all that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I appreciate you so much for the love and support. I have no doubt that you're going to continue to succeed. You have a great head on your shoulders. You have a great support system, and you just keep doing you, and you just keep killing it out there on a dance floor with everybody out there.
I love you, Gypsy.
My gypsy. People
Thanks
like
for having me.
absolutely. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in on another episode of the Lisa with a Z podcast. See you next week.